members scholarship program for my online course, The Art of Conversation, in 4 different categories. The Community Builder, for those who serve others. The Rising Voice for emerging communicators. The Bridge Builder for underrepresented perspectives. And the Determined Scholar for those facing financial hardship. If finances are the only barrier between you and this training, well, let's hurdle that barrier. We're accepting applications right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com. The priority deadline is February the 10th. So visit TavisTalks.com right now and let's build this table together.
Hey, so I'm calling your show 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes 2 to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Although any man can experience misandry, no type of man experiences misandry as intensely as a black man. And let me explain what I mean by that. I say this because the black male experience with misandry is an advanced form that is almost like a double whammy because it includes anti-blackness itself. Dr. Tommy J. Curry has spoken about this concept multiple times in his lectures. And for those of you all who do not know who he is the author of the book, The Man Not: Race, Class, Genre, and the Dilemma of Black Manhood. And he argues that anti-black misandry isn't just a feeling, it's a system. He says black men are uniquely positioned as targets of racism and also as scapegoats for patriarchy. Society treats black men as hypermasculine threats who must be controlled while also denying them the social power that male privilege supposedly brings. Dr. Curry calls this the gendered racism problem, where stereotypes of criminality and violence and sexual danger are baked into how institutions police, educate, and portray black men as a whole. And what he shows is that black men are not the beneficiaries of patriarchy in America. As a matter of fact, we are the casualties. That means that when people say men are privileged, they're really often imagining white men. When they apply that same critique, though, to black men, it becomes weaponized misandry, and it turns victims of racial oppression into symbols of male oppression. Curry's work proves what many of us already know. Black men aren't feared because of power. We're feared because of the myth of our power.
Hey, man. Hey! The voice of reason returns to the scene of the conversation. It's your brother. I'm here to conduct more in-depth discussions with you, people out there listening from all over the country. Listen, this is a shared space, and I would love for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on tonight's topic, which, by the way, is a doozy. I got this topic from a sister who asked me to do this topic. She asked me to do it a while ago, but I thought its placement on today was apropos, right? Because of the topic we had yesterday. And she was asking me, she was like, listen, this is a heavy topic. We don't like to deal with stuff like this. She was like, we as a community and we as sisters. And I said, word? What is the topic? Tonight's topic is a slapper for real. Are y'all ready? Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Listen, I want you guys to join me tonight. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Standing invitation for all those that are interested to participate. Tonight's topic, She-Hulk. That's right, She-Hulk. Yes, the feminine counterpart of the Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk. How should men respond when physical abuse comes from hyper-aggressive women? 1-800-920-1580. How should men respond when physical abuse comes from hyper-aggressive women? Dr. Tommy Curry's work is profound. His book, The Man Not, talks about black male invisibility in this society. As it pertains to DV, domestic violence, we do recognize that men are abused and have been abused. And to justify it by saying not as much as women have, is to, in effect, marginalize those men who indeed have been abused by women. It's a real conversation. We had a real conversation for the men yesterday. Now it's time for the women to talk about this. And why is it that we're so uncomfortable and so damn bothered about things outside of our purview? Things outside of what we really want to talk about, right? I don't want to have to deal with that. I ain't never had to deal with it. But that doesn't mean it isn't a problem that doesn't deserve our attention, right? It's a very important topic. And if we care about the other side of the coin, we should care about both sides of the coin, right? Tonight's topic, She-Hulk. How should men respond when physical abuse comes from a hyper-aggressive woman? What happens to violence when the culture has no cognitive category for the victim? Men can't be seen as victims? Not are men victims, not are women violent, not who has it worst. Come on! She-Hulk is our topic tonight. Yes, I try to keep it a little interesting for you, but it's important for us to talk about it. 1-800-920-1580. I know men might be a little ashamed to say, I got hands. Listen, 2 years ago, I got hands put on me by a woman I was dating. I was cleaning out my bathtub. And she was upset with me because I said, God, why do you keep sending me broken souls? I thought I was saying it under my breath. She heard me. And she ran in there and bombed on me 4 or 5 times in the back of my head. Yeah. Yeah, this happened. Like 2 years ago. Yeah, listen, Zoe Williams is not afraid to put himself out here. I'm not. I will talk about it. Can we? I'm not. Listen, man, we got to get over that fear of public speaking. And this is a safe space, right? This is a safe space. And I really want you guys to feel that. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Tonight's topic is a very important topic. How should men respond when physical abuse comes from a hyper-aggressive woman? What happens to violence when the culture has no cognitive category for the victim? Not are men victims, not are women violent, not who has it worse. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Violence does not become ethical because the culture lacks language for it. It becomes invisible. And invisibility does not neutralize harm. It relocates it into the nervous system of the person absorbing the blows. Feminine initiated physical violence against men persists not because it is rare, but because it disrupts the moral grammar we have been trained to speak. When harm violates expectations rather than boundaries, perception begins to collapse. The body registers threat, but the mind receives no confirmation. This gap between somatic reality and cultural recognition produces a uniquely corrosive injury. Not just fear, but epistemistic isolation, right? The sense that what you experience does not qualify as real. Are there men out there who feel that way? What I experience doesn't qualify as real? I'm a man. What should I do? Should I just be beaten on? It happens. You say, Zoe, you got fine timing doing this damn show now. With all the physical abuse being perpetuated against women. Listen, I am an equal opportunity teacher. We're going to talk about all of the problems in our community. I'm well aware and highly disgusted that the young brother from the Falcons rammed his car into the LA Sparks WNBA ball player, Rickea Jackson. I'm disappointed about that. I wish I was on that brother's team because I would have walked him through the process of letting go of somebody who don't want you. You know? But let's not act like there aren't two sides of the coin here. And one thing about the voice of reason, we're always going to keep it fair and we're always going to talk about both sides of it. Well, one side is larger than the other. That doesn't make the other side any less valuable or important or visible for that matter. Do you understand? Logic matters here because incoherent ethics always hides behind emotional rhetoric. If violence equals bodily violation, then gender does not alter its moral status. If safety constitutes a prerequisite for consent, then fear, regardless of who induces it, invalidates relational continuity. If ethics aims to preserve human integrity, then any framework that requires injury for moral legitimacy contradicts its own purpose. These premises do not compete, they converge. The common rebuttal claims context, trauma, stress, provocation, relative strength. But explanation does not negate consequences. Causes do not erase outcomes. A system that excuses harm because it understands its origins commits a categorical error, confusing empathy with exemption. Trauma explains behavior, but it does not authorize it on either side for either gender. I'm smaller than you, I'm weaker than you, so I get to spit on you. I get to kick you. I get to throw things at you. As a matter of fact, I get to punch you with all my might. I get to do all of this because, culturally, anthropologically, religiously, I am weaker. I am inferior to you, so I get to act out. Ooh, Lord. Are y'all listening to this tonight? I know it's difficult. I know it's not an easy walk. But when has the voice of reason been an easy walk? We talked about the brothers yesterday, right? We talked about the brothers yesterday. I said, we got to create a 12-step program. I read off 8 of the 12 steps in that program. The accountability circle. Because I saw a lot of men on social media rallying around disrespectful, dismissive, marginalized behaviors towards women and men, violent behavior, abuse towards women. And I saw men in those circles just standing by watching. As a grandfather and a father of a daughter, I just can't see myself doing it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I called the men out yesterday. And now it's the women's turn because that side of the coin exists in our community. When I come forward, you already know the voice of reason. I'm going to get on the phone lines. We got to talk. Let's talk it through. I love y'all. Let's get it.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain. So now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaped his wedding day, never watched it. Now every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
As a psychologist, I can tell you one of the main things you need to understand about Black men in relationships is this. It is incredibly difficult for someone to model what they have never had. And most Black men grow up hearing the message that their worth is tied to what they can provide tangibly. That can be working into no end just to pay bills and keep a roof over their heads. That's it. I've also found this difference in the messaging that Black men versus Black women get. There are very many different messages, but a lot of times they're told to focus on taking care of their house, like handling bills and protection, while women are often encouraged to create a home, a space filled with warmth, love, and emotional connection. What many Black men have never had is this affirming relationship that values them for who they are, beyond what they can provide tangibly. So we live in a society that adultifies and dehumanizes Black boys who grow into Black men facing a world that not only doesn't support their growth, but works extra hard to try to stunt the growth of Black men. And without positive examples of love and vulnerability and emotional safety, it's going to be hard for them to build the relationships they deserve with themselves and with others. So here are 2 ways to create affirming relationships with Black men. 1, if you want Black men to elevate their emotional capacity and be more than just the check and what they can slang, smash it in, let me smack it, girl. You see what I'm saying? Then you need to regularly affirm Black men for qualities that have nothing to do with their ability to provide cash or the D. And you know what I'm talking about. Compliment their character, their kindness, their resilience, their humor, their values. I'm just saying, like we talking about, we want men to...
Listen, I hear sisters saying it all the time. He's gaslighting me. He's manipulating me. It's abuse. It's abuse the way he's treating me. Did you hear what she outlined? Is that not abuse? You're here for your productivity, sir. Your wallet and your sex. Is that not slavery? That's what the white massa wife did. Sir, I need you to build a shed, and after you're done, come in here and put me to bed. Were not white women the largest holders of slaves after their husbands died? Come on. Listen. I'm really pointing this out. It goes both ways. Leroy, get back on the line. I have no idea why you hung up. Because we was going to come right to you, Leroy. Everybody's waiting to hear from you. Because I know you got something for us tonight. But She-Hulk, I want to talk about how society has contaminated your femininity and made you as masculine and as aggressive as I'm supposed to be. Do we want to have a real conversation tonight? I'm not here to pathologize. I'm not here to blame you. I'm here to say, can we talk about the trauma that transformed you? Tonight's topic is deep. She-Hulk. Gosh. Are y'all ready for this? 1-800-920-1580. Measurement tools like the Conflict Tactics Survey reinforce this confusion by coding acts rather than consequences, frequency rather than trajectory, behavior rather than embodied cost. The Conflict Tactics Survey is used quite a bit by domestic violence folk, right? Measuring what is a violent act, the impact of it is very deep. I can't wait to get into it. Leroy, we want you back in here. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. I want to get your thoughts. When repeated slaps get labeled moderate, when repeated pushing and throwing things gets labeled as moderate violence, the term does not describe lived danger. It describes the poverty of the instrument. The fear still accumulates. Hypervigilance conditions behavior. Silence becomes adaptive. None of this registers in a spreadsheet. Yet all of it reorganizes a life. Men trapped in this bind face a false binary, and we're going to talk about it when we come forward. Let's get it!
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. The White House says it fully supports the SAVE Act, which would require proof of citizenship to vote. House Republicans plan to bring the bill up this week.
He's been very clear. He wants House Republicans and Democrats, too, if they were politically wise, to pass this legislation.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says President Trump is urging Republicans to back it and has spoken with House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune. A Virginia mom says her black son was called the N-word during a high school basketball game and then ejected. Tiana Morton says the slur came from Hickory High School players during a game against Great Bridge High. Her son was suspended for his reaction. Chesapeake Public Schools says it's aware of the incident but cannot comment. And rapper Drake lost $1 million after betting on the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl. He placed the bet Saturday night, but the Seattle Seahawks won 29-13, costing him the payout. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In the new year, make one commitment. Don't let someone else's carelessness leave you paying the price. OPO Law has been protecting Los Angeles for nearly 50 years. So if you're injured this holiday season or at any time in 2026, go to opolaw.com.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. The tools to hold a meaningful conversation should not be reserved just for a privileged few. It is a skill our world desperately needs in every community at every table. So I'm pleased to announce the Founding Members Scholarship Program for my online course, The Art of Conversation, in 4 different categories. The Community Builder, for those who serve others, the Rising Voice for emerging communicators, the Bridge Builder for underrepresented perspectives, and the Determined Scholar for those facing financial hardship. If finances are the only barrier between you and this training, well, let's hurdle that barrier. We're accepting applications right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com. The priority deadline is February the 10th. So visit TavisTalks.com right now and let's build this table together.
Not everything announces itself. Some things simply arrive, and the room is compelled to adjust. This is grooming without apology, without noise, without compromise. Gods and money, organic formulations, clean precision, crafted for skin that does not ask for permission to be felt. Element Cream, a rare hydration layered like an oud at dusk, measured, enduring, unmistakably masculine, moisturizing oil, a quiet revolution, restoring what stress, climate, and time attempts to claim. This is not skincare. It is composure made visible. It is inevitability. Gods and money exist impeccably. Discover the ritual at godsandmoney.com. That's godsandmoney, MONY.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is what the world sounds like.
Snoop, dumb. You wanna bring it down, even when I'm trying to do right. We can go our separate ways right now. You gon' move on with your life, I swear to God.
You love a pity party, I won't show up. Always act like your don't stink, mother. Grow up, forever late, won't bite. Sit around and deny. Go round on a side, then come up my.
Up, yo, you must be bleeding in some more. I don't know your feelings.
You want some? See, I don't know why you like playing mind games with me. I ain't slow nor dizzy. I know when you being distant. I know when you fake busy. Get out your feelings and miss me with that reverse.
Did you know that tolerance can be a catalyst for conflict? One definition of tolerance is the ability to endure continued subjection to something. Yeah, many of us have undefined tolerances in our lives, which means we don't know how much of a hard thing we can actually take. It's the same principle I walk readers through in my book, How to Untie a Balloon. Right? Like a balloon, we often don't learn of our own tolerance for pressure until after we pop. There's this concept in philosophy called the paradox of tolerance, and it says that if you are endlessly tolerant, even to intolerance, those intolerant behaviors will eventually destroy tolerance itself. In other words, if you tolerate bad behavior, dishonesty, and poor conduct without limit, you enable those things. You allow intolerance to grow by allowing your tolerances to be constantly exceeded. Many people allow this because they think they have a higher tolerance than they actually do. And they only realize how much they can't take once they've taken too much. They get triggered, they pop, they jump into conflict because their ability to cope has been exceeded. And here's what's even more dangerous. Many people don't know their triggers. And those who do know their triggers take no steps to reduce the likelihood of those triggers being pressed. So they are forever constrained by the limits of their tolerances, always ready to pop, never sure of when it might happen. And this is why knowing your tolerance isn't enough. You also have to set boundaries around them to ensure that they are not exceeded.
Woo! Ryan Dunlap, Conflictish, the podcast. Yeah. Zoe Williams uses his platform to big up other platforms that are cooking up that grease. That was Ryan Dunlap. If you're just tuning into the VOR, tonight's topic, She-Hulk. How should men respond when physical abuse comes from hyper-aggressive women? And Ryan Dunlap had a wonderful breakdown on the paradox of tolerance. I've always said tolerance operates like a volcano. It's a silent time bomb. It is ticking. You don't know, like he said, you don't know the limits of your tolerance until the balloon pops, right? That's a lot like a volcano. You don't even know it's ticking until by the time the ticking gets so loud, you have a little bit of time to get out of the way. Gosh, we got callers from everywhere. Let's get them in here. Los Angeles is in the building for sure. But let me get Valerie from LA real quick, and then we're going to keep moving. Valerie, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Good evening.
Good evening.
On the abuse, we need to really look at this older woman training young boys for what it is. No normal woman is looking at a child. Those women are abusers.
Huh.
That is control because they cannot handle a man their own age.
So you telling me those older women are grooming younger men?
Yes.
Talk to me.
I have nephews.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in my 20s, I worked at a high school.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys, would flirt not realizing I was an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing sexy about that. Where's your daddy? That's a child.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing sexual that arises in a normal woman when looking at a boy. You know it's a boy. If you're getting aroused You got work to do. As a child.
Wow. That's heavy, Val. Yikes. And you were saying something in the chat that I encouraged you to call in. You're saying this is what's happening to your nephews? Like they're actively being pursued by older women?
Well, I worked with this young man who was 20. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about his older girlfriend who got him when he was 17 and she was over 40. Moved him out of his mama's house and into her house. And he spoke like, this is why I don't deal with girls my age. I only deal with mature women. Like, no, baby, that's not a mature woman. That's an abuser. As a mature woman doesn't look at a child as an equal. You're a child.
So you're saying his inexperience offers her more control over the situation.
Just like with older men and younger women.
Exactly.
It's all about control.
Yeah, but do women get villainized to the degree that, you know, black men or men in general get villainized?
Well, they don't, because we have that old adage where a man gets trained.
Ooh.
You know, he's cool if he's got the older woman or the older girl.
Right. The optics are different. Yeah, I'm listening. Yes, please continue.
But that older person is still the responsible adult. Being irresponsible and dangerous. I'm zero tolerance for this. If I see you looking at a child, talking about a child, I don't care how you sit, how you urinate. You're a predator.
Wow. Heavy stuff. Valerie, guess what you just did tonight?
Brought LA into the building.
And I love you for it, child. Hey, Valerie don't be playing. I love when Valerie visits the neighborhood. She comes through and drops jewels. No, but you know what's interesting about what she said? If you go get Dr. Tommy J. Curry's book, The Man Not, he's talking about black male invisibility. Right? From the standpoint of academia. And he's breaking down society. And he's saying, yo, it's built into the infrastructure of society to ignore black men outside of their utility. That's a structural thing. So when she's saying, yo, I'm looking at these people saying, you're not looking at this kid that way, are you? But then if you throw on top the stereotypes of, you know, well, let's just assume that because he's black and he's male, that he benefits from patriarchy. So you throw that, you know, white patriarchy, white male patriarchy. You throw those two together, sometimes there's a conflation that happens. Black men get sucked into the same categories. But then sometimes it's rightfully so. Like in the case of P. Diddy. Puffy is emulating white male patriarchy. The Clive Davises of the world, the Freddie Demands, the Tommy Mottolas. Diddy is like, oh, that's how you ball out? I'm doing what they doing. And then he came out of trauma. Right? Oh, I'm not justifying it. I'm saying this is how society creates a monster. But we seem to think because of the gender rules, you know, puppy dog tales and sugar and spice narratives, we tend to think that the same toxicity isn't contaminating our sisters. It is, and it's manifesting in a different way than our toxicity is. That's why we're doing She-Hulk. You telling me women are as violent as men or can be? Maybe not with the same strength physical strength. But yes, according to the CDC, women perpetuate more violence than men in relationships. Oh, goodness. When we come forward, the phone lines are cracking. I'm coming to everybody. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
When you see like groups of men together, chill down my spine.
I really hate to tell you this because the bros is gonna be mad at me. If your whole personality is about hating men, you are one of the easiest women on the planet to sleep with. You are asking for a manipulator and a liar and one of those guys who fakes his whole personality. Do you know how easy it is to sit here and be like, there have been so many wars throughout the course of history, and it's obviously because we've had so many male leaders. I always wonder what the course of history would have been like if women were in charge. Or my favorite, I never understood why men got so much hate till I started paying attention to my sister's relationship and saw how bad her boyfriend was treating her. And I saw that she couldn't get out of the relationship because she was being manipulated so badly. And that's when I realized that women were under attack. You see how easy that is? Not to mention angry and horny are cousins. So if you walking around angry at men, girl, you hot in the box down there.
Who is that? Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is on complete fire. Oh, wait a minute. Who was that, Andy? Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the VOR live on KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Leimert Park. Yes, I have the most difficult conversations. I conduct them. I curate them. We've got to talk about it. Who was it? Brandon Jamal. Listen, man, I was just talking to the chat. We got KBLA's YouTube page. It's popping over there. It's Poppington over there. And we have my TikTok live. It's popping over there. And the conversation is flowing. And I was just talking to the TikTok, explaining to them that I have to thank my older sister. She protected me when I was young to the best of her ability. I think when I was 8, she was 16 or something like that. But I'm basically saying she's 8 years older than me. She protected me from her friends. She had a friend by the name of Trish Ann who caught me walking to the store one day and brought me into her house. She tried to rape me. 100%. Hey, listen, I'm an old man now. I don't know where that lady is, but she tried to get it. But I was such a road runner. I escaped, basically. She had, you remember the ice cream truck when the ice cream man had the coin dispenser, the quarter dispenser on his belt? He gave the change off the belt. Ching, ching. Anyway, she had one of those, and that's what lured me into the crib. She was like, yo, I got some money. I was like, oh. I was like 6 or 7. Yeah. Listen, the man not invisible. The black man is invisible. He can't be a victim. He's not even real in society. He can't be a victim. But yeah, it happens. And in context of domestic abuse, it happens. But I escaped the lady. I made it up to her bedroom, being lured like a little puppy on the Hansel and Gretel side of the game. She was dropping coin crumbs. Yeah, I remember this as a kid. My sister will verify. And she led me up to her bedroom, and that's when she started taking off her clothes. Fortunate for me, I had project training from my older brother. You can read all about this in my book, right? The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing. I had project training. So I jumped out of her bedroom window and I learned, he taught me how to hang on off the roof. You hang on the roof until your body stops swinging. Then you let go and land on the porch. That's what I did. I jumped out the window, hung on the roof, let go, dropped, got back to the crib. And then I told my sister, like, hey, Trish Ann tried to do some nasty things. And Trish Ann got hers from the fam. You understand? My sister handled her business. That was her friend, too. And I know I'm making light of it, but this is real conversation. Yes, there are men out there that have been sexually abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused. Can we have the conversation? I want to. Let's get Leroy from Inglewood. Come on, here we go. Turn ups.
Yes. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
I thought you was wrong with this She-Hulk crap.
You always
Then
think
you
I'm
switch-
wrong until you figure
No,
it
man. No, I kept listening. You know, it's important to keep listening. You know, I went straight literal with it, right? I'm physical. You know what I mean?
I
Caveman.
underdig.
But then I kept listening. And I saw you weren't just talking about, you weren't even primarily talking about Sha'Carri Richardson with her little pummeling of her boyfriend.
How about that? Come on.
Yeah, you were talking about a bunch of other forms of violence and attack that not just, you wasn't trying to equivocate a woman hitting a man physically. You were talking about allowing abusive behavior to go on.
Come on.
And then snap. And then they had to clean up the pieces that they come out the blackout.
There we go. Yes.
You know, so on that level, I'm like, okay.
Come on, Leroy. I'm a master of this, man.
I'm mad at you, man. I'm giving you your props. You know what I'm saying? Then you snuck in. Your girlfriend hit you in the back of the head in the bathroom. Now, now you got Zorgie. You got Zorgie, my big sister girlfriend. Oh, Zoe is the ultimate victim tonight. Who knows? And we were invisible to Zoe as a victim. Surely he could work it out. No, Zoe has been a victim all his life. Who knows?
Oh, no, I'm a victor, though. Don't get it twisted. I'm a victor, for sure.
Yeah, you are a victor. You are a victor, but see, you just introduced us to some aspects that if you hadn't had a certain amount of self-mastery and help from certain people at certain times,
right?
You were like that comedian that kept touching you and wouldn't stop touching you.
Right.
And he kept on touching you. Mm-hmm. And you told him, man, I don't like people touching me like that. Give me some space. I know we sit by this table.
Wait, Leroy, wait.
Touching you.
Wait, Leroy, hold on. Let me take you to the other side. Leroy's on fire right now. When we come forward, we'll be coming full circle.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. The White House says it fully supports the SAVE Act, which would require proof of citizenship to vote. House Republicans plan to bring the bill up this week.
He's been very clear. He wants House Republicans and Democrats, too, if they were politically wise, to pass this legislation.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says President Trump is urging Republicans to back it and has spoken with House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune. A Virginia mom says her black son was called the N-word during a high